know where we are in terms of the project. I think there's a lot of questions, but before we begin, I just want to say Arana has been great. She's really been working very hard in terms of getting us the information we need. I know many of you have heard about my news. I'm going to be leaving Borough Hall on August 1st to become the.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. I'm gonna become the new president and CEO of the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. My distinguished colleague here to the left had brought that place to great heights. They're very big shoes to fill. So with that, let me introduce Ken Adams to take over the meeting.
Thanks, Carlo. It's bright in here, and it's a little warm. The windows are open, and that's a good thing. But if you can't hear at all, I mean, speak up or tell us to speak up, because there's a little noise at least from outside. Carlo, thank you. Thanks as always for hosting us, and congratulations seriously on your very exciting professional news. And please extend our thanks to our president for allowing us to be here again and to be here. So what I wanted to do is start with just an overview on sort of 4 or 5 topics, and then, in effect, an update. I think I owe all of you that, based on the last time we met and the interactions some of us have had in between these sessions. So I want to do this general overview and then open it up to questions and comments and new information. It's going to go around the forum style as we've done before. One little logistical difference is that you see Justin Ginsburg on my left and Arana, who you know well, on my right, kind of flanking me here to help provide information and answer questions, especially detailed things I may not be well versed in. And so I feel free to direct us questions and we'll do the best we can. And obviously we can also follow up after tonight. So again, just in terms of starting with an overview, the first thing to touch on is the status of or I should say, ESD's reaction to the ruling on the SCIS. You're probably curious about our reaction to that. And the situation for us right now is we're kind of evaluating our options. And we have a little more time left to do that to see if we will, in effect, see if we can appeal the appellate court's decision or not. And so we should know soon, literally, I think within a week. This is a matter that's not really with our lawyers at those options. So I don't have any kind of new information on that. It's probably not a shock to you, but that's the first item. But more news on that soon in terms of the path we decide to take ESD. Something we talked about last time and has been evident in a number of ways long before I had this job is the question of governance. Governance and the question of could there be a new or a different structure for community participation in governance in ongoing issues related to the project. I'm sorry. And what I wanted to say tonight, and this is, in many ways a result of the first session we had here, which was in September. And then Councilwoman James taking me, thanks to Peter and others, on a very helpful tour, I think in November, and ongoing input from lots of you. And obviously, this is sort of evident, quite public, efforts by Assemblyman Jeffries and Senator Montgomery, who I think is here, to introduce legislation towards this effect. And what I wanted to sort of report back to you tonight is that, at ESD, we are open to pursuing this. We're looking at a variety of options, and we're looking at models of different types of community advisory councils. I know there was a short-lived attempt at something like this, a community advisory committee. It had a few meetings when it just told me about it. And so there's that experience, which I don't think we want to repeat. And then there are the possibilities introduced, again, by the legislative efforts in the last couple of years. So we're open to this. We're in discussion with the elected officials. It would be appropriate, they're not here, but we're working with them on this now. And so again, this is another item where I really think we'll have an update for you soon. In fact, I suspect, I think I'll see a lot of you again on May 22nd, which is in about 3 weeks' time or so. If not for the afternoon session, for the evening session on the traffic demand management plan. And so that's the 22nd, and so I'm trying to, can't promise this, but I would like for us to have an answer on this question of a new approach to governance by then. Peter sent a letter to the governor and to the mayor, which you've all seen. Pardon me? I'm sorry. I got it from Peter because I. It's like Peter has my email, as you all should. I'm welcome to have it. So let's just say he shared it with me, which is. But on behalf of that, yeah. So anyway, with respect to that, let's just call that the next topic. And I know I am well aware from that letter and from conversations with Arana and others of people's frustrations about Block 1129. So here are a couple things I can share with you tonight about Block 1129. Not all of which you're going to like, but at least it's probably better. Sometimes it's better to have information than not have information, even if you don't always agree with it. I know that the work was supposed to start, what, 2 days ago on the 1st, I think? But it hasn't yet, but it will. Arana, do you know when it's going to start?
It'll start
May 15th. So actually, this is a little, and timing was not perfect. It's going to start May 15th. It will be limited to subsurface work to address the drainage issues. So it won't include things like setting up parking spaces and striping and the surface work. And arguably the subsurface work for drainage has to happen anyway. And so that's going to get started again, according to my friend Arana, around the 15th. 7 days later, we'll actually have the traffic demand management plan and the meetings, and we'll present that and all that work, and then create a 30-day period for community input into that. So from, what's that, May 22nd, for a period of 30 days, you all and others will have a chance to comment and provide input on that plan. Did I get the dates right? Yeah. And so I hope that that will be helpful. Now, going back to the parking lot. I saw, maybe it was it Gibbs, a posting recently that suggested, yeah, actually you found a permit, which indicated that the application was for 722 spaces, right? And posted said permit, 21. Notice
that is what the application calls.
So, but what we can report to you tonight is it's going to be less than that. It'll be about half of the original number. So I can tell you it'll be under 550 spaces. And so we hope that that is well received. It certainly means, again, half of the capacity that was originally planned in response to your concerns. The landscaping, shrubbery, edging has to be worked out, but we can assure you there will be some of that around the perimeter. At ESD we have some ability to help make that happen. That's not like we're designing it here tonight, but I know that that's a concern as well, and that landscaping will be taken care of. Certainly we hope that with a number that will be less than 550 spaces in 1129, that some of the concerns about traffic flow can be addressed, and it will generally improve traffic flow. It should obviate the need for stackers. But again, and reduce impacts, right, from having what had planned to be a lot with twice that capacity. So again, I hope that these are viewed as helpful improvements. None of the work starting the 15th, as I said, is so specific to start mapping out where spaces go. Lines are drawn, that'll happen later, and again, there was that one gap. Now, I just kind of skipped ahead in terms of the transportation demand management plan. But the headline news here is there'll definitely be a 30-day comment period once that is released.